At the start of any new tournament, you are given the chance to do well. But more importantly, you are given the chance to blow up, preferably in a pointless method of entertainment. Greetings and welcome to Checkpoint Gaming, Gaslands. With all of that taken care of regarding the game in and of itself, ranging from team building to ways to play, it is time for us to discuss organized play. In regards to that of organized play, though it is not required for more casual gaming or the random pickup game, it is important to address when it comes to things such as tournaments. It is important to note that with the information presented in this episode, it is based upon the 0.2 version of organized play posted on November 29, 2017, accompanied by any personal notes and updates that we decided were important enough to include to make organized play more efficient. With organized play, it is presented in a tournament format where players get the chance to test their merit against other players to see who is the smartest, fastest, and/or most brutal player of the game. With these tournaments, they are overseen and managed by the tournament organizer, who is also known as a TO. With a TO, their word is law, and they shall represent the rule of carnage. As the rule of carnage is king when it comes to that of the game, it is also king when it comes to that of the tournament. The standard tournament structure for Gaslands is for a one-day tournament that consists of 3 rounds, with each round shall consist of a single game of Gaslands using the death race scenario as the default scenario. But based upon the TO's discretion, any number of rounds may be substituted with any other scenario. In addition to this, the TO is not required to announce the scenarios in advance for any given game. With the running of any given tournament, it is possible for the TO to decide to have the tournament be run in an elimination format. With this format, each player is given 50 cans to build their initial team and play in Game 1 of the tournament. When Game 1 is complete and before Game 2 begins with a new scenario being announced, each player will get an additional 20 cans so that they can improve their team. This process continues for each round of the tournament. Players may only buy vehicles, weapons, upgrades, and perks. They may never sell or otherwise remove them before games. When it comes to assigning players to a table to play each round, divide them up into groups of 4 per table. If there is going to be any odd numbers or a total number of players where there is going to be less than 4 players per table, then have it set up where a balanced set be present. So in the end, have it where there's a minimum of 3 players per table. When it comes to setting up, 15 minutes should be set aside to take care of it. When it comes to playtime, each game shall be 90 minutes long. When it comes to individual rounds or gear phases, they possess no time limit. But there is a 5-minute cap on any given player's activation, excluding a wipeout step. If the player exceeds the 5-minute limit regarding their activation, then the TO can be informed of the situation. From there, the TO will take any action that they deem necessary to deal with the situation. Upon reaching the 75-minute mark, the TO will call 15 minutes remaining. At the 80-minute mark, the TO will call out one more activation. Once reaching the 90-minute mark, the TO will call out time's up. Regarding the rules that are to be implemented during the tournament, all of the advanced rules found in the rulebook are to be implemented. Accompanying this, all clarifications and erratas found in the current official FAQ are to be used in the tournament. When it comes to that of the touch it, use it rule, it is to be ignored in the tournament. Instead, players are to use the declaration rule. With the declaration rule, the player must declare which template they are going to use after selecting the vehicle they are going to activate. They must then use said template, and they are not allowed to select a different one. The pre-measuring rule is still in play. When participating in a tournament, like any other tournament or organized play, it is important that you conduct yourself in a sportsmanship-like manner. Beyond not being a dick and respecting the TO, there are no formally codified rules pertaining to that of what does and does not qualify as being a proper sportsman. As of the releasing of this episode, that is to be left up to the TO and any other official found helping to run the tournament. In regard to each team a player will be using in a tournament, they must possess a single sponsor. Each player must also have a clear, legible, and physical list of their team with all of its vehicles, detailing all of the weapons, upgrades, and perks that have been selected for each vehicle. All lists are public information, and other players are allowed to ask to review the player's list at any given time. Although bases are not required for a tournament, if they are to be used, they must conform to the specifications given within the rulebook. Any model with an invalid base will either be removed from the base or it will not be allowed in the tournament. With any tournament, all vehicles must be the 172 vehicle scale with a maximum footprint of 50 mm wide and 100 mm long. The model must also reasonably represent the vehicle type of the vehicle listed on the vehicle dashboard. The team will also have final say regarding the matter of if the vehicle breaks this rule or not. Although it has its own entertainment value, the models are not required to be painted for it to qualify. Players are also not required to have accurate representations of their weapons and equipment on their given models. Although modifying the vehicle is acceptable, modifying for advantage is not allowed in the tournament. Any vehicle found in violation of this may not be used in the tournament. The team will also have final say regarding the matter of if a vehicle breaks this rule or not. When it comes to that of scoring a tournament, use the championship points rules from the rulebook. If a game only has 3 players, only award championship points for the first and second place players. If a game only has 2 players, then only award championship points to the first place player. If a game has not been completed when time's up has been called, then compare the relative positions of each vehicle to the gates. The vehicle that has cleared the most number of gates and has reached the most closest gate shall be deemed the winner of that given game. The vehicle that has passed the second most gates and is closest to the next gate shall be declared in second place. This process will repeat until all vehicles have placed. Players are also required to write down how many audience votes they have obtained in each game. By the end of the 3 games, the player with the greatest number of championship points will be declared the winner. But if there are 2 or more players with the same number of championship points at the end of the 3 games, then the player who acquired the most audience votes during the tournament will be declared the winner. Since multiple players are able to play at a single table, there should be no need to set up a special arrangement when it comes to that of buys. If you end up with an odd player and not enough tables to redistribute the players for a 4-player game, then squeeze this odd player into a table and have them be the 5th player. At the end of the game, each table will need to turn in its score sheet over the TO. With the score sheet, it must state the table number, which players were found at that table, the player's final position, the number of championship points each player scored, and the number of audience votes each player obtained during the course of the game. So with that said, that is what you need to know when it comes to that of organized play. If you like this episode, feel free to give it a like, and if you want to stay up to date on any future episodes that we upload, then go ahead and subscribe. You can also support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/checkpointgaming. See you in the next episode, and happy gaming.